This video is brought to you by the Deck of Many and their animated spell cards.
And by Steam Forged Games and their Kickstarter for Animal Adventures, the Faraway Sea.
Hello and welcome to the Gallant Goblin. Today is launch day for the new D&D themed set of Magic the Gathering cards, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. And what better way to celebrate than to open up some packs together? And I thought we'd get Grady in front of the camera today since he knows a lot more about Magic than I do, right?
Well, I mean, we're learning a lot together now, especially since the last pre-release weekend. But yeah, let's see what I can contribute as we open these cards.
Sounds good. So there's several different kinds of packs for Magic these days. Now, I haven't played Magic since the Halcyon days of the 1990s, so if you're a Magic expert and you catch me saying something wrong, please feel free to correct me in the comment section down below. Today we're going to open up some draft boosters, 2 collector's boosters, and a few set boosters. And in an upcoming video, we'll also show you some commander sets, commander decks, I guess they're called, and talk about our pre-release decks that we got last week. So you can always use the timestamps down below or the little chapter markers and the timeline down there to jump around to see just what you want to see. So first, we have a box of draft boosters, and a box here has 36 booster packs. So let's start there.
Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with our draft booster box of 36 packs. And each of these packs should contain 16 cards. There will be 10 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare or mythic rare, 1 land, and 1 token with either an ad or a dungeon on the back. So let's take a look at some of these.
Yeah, we're going to start a little bit slow so we can kind of get a sense of what some of the cards are. And then as we go forward, we'll speed things up a little bit. And one thing that they've done this time around, I think this changes from deck to from set to set, is the commons come first, and you kind of build up to your uncommons and rares.
And occasionally, you may have 1 fewer of some of these early cards, and that will indicate that there's a foil card in the back.
Yeah, that's interesting. So if you're counting, you'll know. Here's our first uncommon. You can tell by the silver there. We got a little very shiny goblin Morningstar. Of course, these are based on Dungeons & Dragons, based on the Forgotten Realms setting in particular. So
yeah,
got what things you're familiar with.
We'll call out if there's anything super like lore relevant. Like in this case, you've got a creature that's a monk, and a monk is a playable class in D&D, and open hand is actually Way of the Open Hand is one of their subclasses. So that's cool, a little trivia. But
here's our first rare.
Keep this all foil.
Oh, well, we'll find out in a second. Spoilers. They're a Silvery Moon Ranger. Silver Moon is a very elf-centered city. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of these names and these characters don't sound familiar from the lore unless they're from one of the books I haven't read or maybe from one of the adventures I haven't run. But I think these are kind of based on PCs, like possible PCs that people might make.
Yeah, they're not characters I've heard of. So, again, if you recognize them, please do let us know in the comments.
This is a legendary creature that you can use for commander decks, which is something that exists now that didn't exist when I was playing, and it's something I'm kind of interested in. So there's our rare. And yet here is the swamp that was peeking out a minute ago. A little foil swamp, which is cool. And it's Baldur's Gate. As you trudge through the sewers of Baldur's Gate, it dawns on you, where are all the rats? No, that's usually not a good sign. Something's eating the rats. We'll put that offside. Here's our little common land. And our little first token creature, a little fairy dragon. And on the back, we have a little ad.
And, Theo mentioned...
What is it? Is that a Nothic? Or no, it's a...
No, it's just a homunculus.
That's homunculus,
that's
yeah.
Fiddlethip from Ravnica.
That's right.
Hello, Tilly.
The single eye makes me think of a Nothic.
And so, Theo was talking about, there being new things like commander decks. Okay.
Tilly, ready to go.
And so one other thing to note is that draft booster packs are the traditional historical packs that you got in Magic. And so, we're going to be opening some other types. And those are kind of newer things as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about this when we get to them. So here we go. Faith Reversal, Circle of the Moon Druid.
I think saw one of those in the previous pack, too.
Gloomstalker. Sinostia. Ramshield Frost Dragon. Fosh Giant. That's cool. There's a little bit of lore on the bottom here for some of these cards. Space permitting. Grim Bounty.
I think sometimes if there's no space, there is still sometimes flavor text that you can find, like online and things.
Okay, here is our first uncommon here. Artifact creature, Gargoyle. Oh, I do love me gargoyles in D&D.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is an alternate art card. Some cards will have different types of art. on them. So, most of them are traditionally more your kind of standard, full color paintings, but these kind of simulate the kind of older fashioned books from earlier editions.
And these are
color.
this particular art style is specific to this Forgotten Realms set, yeah? Like this wasn't in like Ravnica, this kind of style.
Yeah, I mean, they
do their
have
own
different
thing.
types of special art for different ones. There's also ones that kind of simulate the old covers of old adventures.
Now, does this card have a regular art is this a variant?
There will be a regular painted version of it as well.
No legendary creature. Barrowen of Clan Undur, a dwarf cleric. So yeah, that's another character I've never heard of before, but a nice little legendary creature there. An uncommon. True polymorph. Oh, that's such a fun spell. Maybe a little too convincing.
Copy of another target. Oh, yeah, that's pretty close to the flavor.
Yeah, they've kind of done a good job so far of what I've seen. Here's Little Forest of making these decks kind of tie the mechanics of Magic into the lore of Forgotten Realms or vice versa. Here's a little treasure card. Treasure or something. I don't know. Was that a thing in previous sets?
I'm not sure, but I know in this set at least, you can see that it basically it's kind of like a once land, right? Add mana of any color.
Yeah.
But there are cards that have special mechanics too, where if you paid for the card with treasure, you can trigger an extra effect as well. So that's something that's kind of cool.
And there's also different cards that trigger treasure. Like,
Yeah, so that you
find
get
treasure.
treasure. That's how you get that token.
And there's also dungeons that maybe we'll talk about in a minute if we find some. All right. Secret door. Always possible. Always popular when it comes to D&D.
And this one's kind of cool because it adds, you see these 1 to 9, 10 to 19, 20. So this is the first time that dice rolling has been added to Magic. So you roll a d20, and depending on what you get a different effect. The d20 was previously in a set that wasn't legal, but it's been made official in this particular set. So that's cool and very flavorful.
I noticed this one's called Devour Intellect instead of Intellect Devourer. It's the actual action of devouring somebody's intellect.
Yeah, so the Intellect Devourer is obviously a famous little brain on legs creature in D&D that is associated with Mind Flayers, which are an iconic tentacly underground race.
The Zombie Ogre. I believe we painted one of those on the channel recently. I'm not sure if that was on video or not, but I painted one recently for one of the Paint Night sets.
Paint Night kit, yeah, from WizKids.
There's a Mimic. It can become a shapeshifter artifact creature. That's kind of cool. Charmed Sleep, Port Dragon, Crash Landing, Boot of Speed, another popular item. And here's our uncommons. Tragic backstory for that one. Rally Maneuver. You find some prisoners, interrogate them. There's even some like thematic choices that you do with some of these cards. It was kind of like D&D is all about meaningful choices. So you got a few of these in this set as well. Oh, here's a class card, or rare. You want to talk about this, Grady?
Yeah, so obviously in D&D, a class is, what your character is and affects what abilities they have and choices they can make. And so they kind of tried to flavor that in this set by making them enchantments that you can apply to creatures. So yeah, you put it on and then suddenly you've got, a goblin paladin. And then each subsequent turn you can pay mana to basically level up that class and get new effects as you go. So it's kind of like some of the books and other or sagas and other kinds of things that have been in other sets.
Basically. And here's our dungeon. So the dungeon is another new mechanic in this particular set of cards where you have 3 dungeons to choose from. In this case, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Maybe we'll see what the other ones are pretty soon. And certain cards allow you to go explore the dungeon. So you can go from room to room. Sometimes you have a choice in which direction you want to go. And you can get certain effects depending on where you choose to go. So that's kind of cool. And there's a little goblin token on the back. All right, let's grab another set. Grady, who is this here on our map?
Oh, yeah, so we have a playmat. So, if you want to be able to put something down on the table, that's what this is. And that's Tomic Vrona from Ravnica. So, we got into this with the Ravnica book for D&D, so thought it was appropriate to get a Ravnica playmat. Oh, that's...
Is this a borderless card? Is that what this is called?
I believe that's a token.
Oh, it's a token. Yeah, a token legendary creature.
So the Atropol is, spoilers.
Oh, this isn't the... I'm going upside down.
Yeah, you went, yeah.
Whoops.
We'll
that
get
was the
to
last
that later.
creature, yeah. Spoilers. Oh, yeah, we'll come back to that. All right, so here's our... As I said, that's a little odd for right in the beginning of the deck. I had it upside down. Silver Raven. Very cool. That's interesting art on that one. There's another roll a d20 card. Dawnbringer Cleric. Secret Door again. Some of these we've seen before. So here's another one of those.
Your favorite.
Markers. Yeah, Knolls. If you're not familiar with the channel, I love me some Knolls. Ooh, Iron Golems are always fun to fight. These are uncommon.
Ooh.
Blue
dragon?
Dragon, yeah, I think so. Uncommon Lightning Breath, Blue Dragon.
So dragons are very popular in Dungeons & Dragons, obviously. And I think you can even build probably a dragon-centered deck from the number of them that are in this.
Hannah Pashar, Ruin Seeker, a human wizard. So again, yeah, I don't know who that is. Someone took the time to carve these inscriptions. The least we can do is care enough to read them.
I feel like that's some meta there from the people who have to write these flavor texts.
Exactly. The Hobgoblin Bandit Lord. That's very cool. I feel like this might be one of the ones that is, I don't know, I've seen this one mentioned somewhere or another. I don't remember in what context.
Oh,
here
foil.
we do have another foil. A Chaos Channeler. You can kind of see the foil effect there. I don't know how well it comes through on the camera. It's an uncommon creature, a human shaman. And is that a foil? I can't even tell. Okay.
No, yeah, I think you only get one foil.
Okay. Sometimes my eyes deceive me. The art's so interesting. Basic land. And, here's another dungeon, the Tomb of Annihilation.
So that's appropriate to be paired with the token.
This is true. On the back, there's your...
So yeah, spoiler alert, but yeah, the Tomb of Annihilation is one of the Dungeons & Dragons adventure paths, and the Atropol is, I guess, technically, sort of the end encounter.
So in this case, you can take the shortcut, but here you have to discard a card and make a little sacrifice if you want to get to the end more quickly.
But yeah, and so this is a pretty interesting and powerful token, actually, and I think it's only summonable by the Acererak card, which is the lich that created the Atropol in the story. So
Death Touch is this guy deals damage to some other creature, it just dies at the end of the turn or something?
I believe if it takes damage, it dies. Period.
Yeah.
So it can take out something. It can punch far above its weight.
Cool. All right. We've tidied things up a little back here. Tilly's come back. And let me open up the right way around this time. Okay, here we go. Kick in the door is a good way to get started here. Let's see. And we'll start moving through these a little bit more quickly here. Tilly is not happy with what we've gotten so far. It's another roll a d20 card. Longbow. You're ambushed on the road. Folks might have had that happen to them once or twice. I think I skipped one there. Jaded Sellsword. And that's a Baleful Beholder.
I got like 4 of those during pre-release.
Did you really?
It was very upsetting.
I didn't get this one. Let's see. When he enters the battlefield, you get Animagic Cone. You get a Fear Ray. That's very nice. He's a 6/5 creature. A pretty big boy.
I was going to make a black deck, but then I was like, those are too high mana to be useful in draft.
Yeah. That's cool, too. Here's another legendary creature. Kaelane Reclusive Painter. That's an interesting idea for a character. He is a human elf bard, though. That's cool. And put him down here. And, we have another one. Did we have this one already? I don't remember.
I don't remember seeing that one.
Trelisara, Moon Dancer, an elf cleric. Very cool. And Tilly making noises. Loathsome Troll. Seeing if he has some regeneration abilities. I don't necessarily see regeneration in there. Oh, activate if he's in your graveyard. There you go. And then he can be... Yeah, so he does come back to life. As a typical troll, burn the troll.
Yeah, trolls are known to have healing unless they're hit with fire or acid.
Yeah, depending on the troll
there's
type.
our Mind Flayer.
There's a Mind Flayer. I haven't seen one of these yet. We haven't gotten a Mythic card yet, I think. All these have been rares.
I believe you only get 3 to 4 Mythics on average out of 36 in a booster box. Yeah. So, don't be hoping for too many of them.
Gotcha. Dominate Monster. So, in the battlefield, gain control of the target creature as long as you control the Mind Flayer. So, that's very cool. And put him
I just
up
want
here.
one Planeswalker out of all of this.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
And there's a little wolf token. And on the back, we have some ideas for decks, I guess. It sort of gives you like some color symbols, some combinations, and then some ideas for putting together some of your decks if you want to. So folks like me who haven't played Magic hardly at all, like, this is a useful way to get started. So that's cool. I like the inclusion of that. I don't think they used to have those when I played. It's like, here's how to make a deck. Because it's complicated. It's not easy. at least for me. But I'm kind of looking forward to putting stuff together and getting some of our friends over and
You can
trying.
make a deck easily. You just not necessarily a good one.
Exactly. But yeah, we're gonna bring some of our. Maybe I'll bring some friends over and we'll actually play with them. Oh, what's on
The
this?
Game of Thrones card.
You come to the Knoll camp, kill them all.
No.
Herald of Hadar is kind of cool. Make sure these are centered on my thing. There's a longbow again. Your Master of the Road. Soul Knife Spy. I don't remember seeing that one before.
That's fun.
Improvised weaponry. Never very effective.
No, well, that's way more effective of a card than improvised weapons ever have been in D&D.
Exactly. Well, Pixie Guard is kind of cool. And a Neverwinter Druid. Power Word Kill.
Oh,
Look at
that's
that. An instant destroy target non-angel, non-demon, non-devil, non-dragon character. I'm not sure if Power Word Kill has that many. What's the word I'm looking for? Restrictions. Yeah. And they're like,
that's fine.
that's cool though. Uncommon.
Those have high saves anyway.
You see a pair of goblins. Befriend them or charge them. You should befriend them. Goblins are the best. Fly.
A very useful
Chance.
spell.
Yeah. Ooh. Careful shaking the table there. And there's a bard class.
Everyone's favorite class.
There you go.
How much is there singing? If you're not required to sing while playing this, then I
Or
don't know.
recite epic poetry.
Or paint, apparently.
Oh, yeah. And planes. And there's another wolf. And this one on the back is different. No, it's just another ad. All right. So they're not all the same. Those token cards on what's on the front, what's on the back.
I don't think we've seen a duplicate yet.
No, I don't think we have it. Like we said, we
interesting.
had 2 wolf tokens, but on the back was something different each time. Which
Yeah,
think
I
is
meant
kind
the
of
backs weren't duplicates.
interesting. Yeah, so I wasn't sure if that was going to be the case. All right, so Great X. We got some loud kitties tonight. Sorry about that. Around the dinner time, they start getting a little bit.
They've been fed.
They have been fed.
They're just complaining they haven't been fed enough.
Exactly. It's a Dumbbringer card, and then Secret Door. This one, the Goblins. Devour Intellect. Here's something to watch.
So one thing with these draft boosters is you're going to get a lot of duplicates because of the number of commons there are here, but it helps you build a deck. So if you're wanting to actually play Magic and build a deck, then the draft boosters are a really good option. But you'll get a lot of duplicates.
But there's what, 281 cards in all?
Yeah.
I think it says. So, but they're not all in these draft boosters, right? Like there's some that are exclusive to some of the other sets, I believe.
Maybe.
You can let us know in the comment section.
I think those may be outside of that count. Actually.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah. Well, there's your adventure into the dungeon.
Yeah, so-
or one of them.
And so you can spend 3 uncolored magic and venture into the dungeon. Move
Yeah,
on to
so
the
you
next one.
can pull up one of the 3 dungeons from the backs of the tokens, or progress into another room.
Here is your Mythic. Ebon Death Dracolich, who I believe is one of the more sought after cards. This is not a special version. It's not an extended art or foil or any such thing, but he is a popular card, I believe. So Flash, which I don't know what that means.
That means you
Flying-
can play it at any time.
Okay. No, that's interesting.
Oh, yeah, so you can drop the dragon,
The Dracolich and an undead dragon. Flying Ebon Death, Dracolich enters the battlefield tapped. That's very cool. And he's a 5/2 creature, so he doesn't have a lot of staying power, but.
So Ebon Death is a lore relevant.
Oh
creature, I
yeah.
believe. Yeah.
I think all the dragons are, to my knowledge. So there we go. Very nice in the mountain, and a little zombie token.
That's effective. Secret Lair. So Secret Lair is actually it's basically a limited edition special art set of some of the cards in a set. And so for D&D, if you're interested in grabbing it, the special art is they're all drawn in the style of the Saturday morning cartoon. D&D.
Oh god.
So yeah, you can check that out if you're interested. But they're very expensive because they're basically collector items.
Feigned Death. I don't think we've seen that before. Inspiring Bards. You're getting some new ones in here. Dwarfold Champion. Arcane Investigator. Elf Wizard. An old camp. You hear something we don't watch. There's your Owlbear. First appearance of the Owlbear. Many people believe a
Trample.
misguided wizard created the first owlbear, but others insist that the creatures have always dwelled in the Feywild. Well, we will find out soon as we get the new Feywild adventure from Wizards of the Coast. All right. What's it called?
The Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
Wild Beyond the Witchlight. It's one of the best names they've come up with, in my opinion.
Yes, so good that you can't remember it.
It's a tricky one, but I just haven't talked about it very much yet. There's the Barbarian class. So some of the
see.
classes...
Foil.
Yeah, oh, okay. Spoilers.
What?
Some of the classes seem to be, uncommons and some rares?
Yeah, there's a mix of rarities for them. I think just depending on how powerful they are.
Is there only one of each class?
Presumably.
Portable Hole, another popular item. What does this do? When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent on opponent controls with mana value 2 or less until the portable hold leaves the field. So it drops it through the hole.
Okay, so that's a common mechanic, but it's a nice flavor for that.
There we go.
Ooh.
There's a mythic Xanathar, a guild kingpin, a legendary creature. Or a second mythic, 2 in a row. I don't know if that means anything. So at the beginning of your upkeep, choose target opponent. Until the end of the turn, the player can't cast spells. You may look at the top card of their library anytime. You may play the top card of their library. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast spells this way. So that's pretty cool. Xanathar is the Beholder, the series of Beholders, who are the kind of kingpin bosses of Waterdeep, with their pet goldfish in tow. Is it goldfish or is it just a...
That's a goldfish.
It's a goldfish.
I don't think the goldfish is in the set.
Oh, that's a problem. That's too
I know,
bad.
right?
Oh God, I've fallen into. I was telling Grady, I've fallen into on TikTok. There's goldfish goldfish health TikTok is a problem. The goldfish is doing better. I was going to tell you earlier. They had an update. The goldfish is doing fine.
Yeah.
All right.
He rescues goldfish and
Brings
records
them
their
back to
progress.
and says there's no vet that'll take a goldfish, which I guess is not too surprising.
Goldfish can live a long time, though, actually.
If you take care of them and
yeah.
make TikToks.
But you don't, not when you put them in a little glass bowl like the Xanathar does.
Well, he's not known for being very careful, although he would be with his very precious goldfish. But anyway, here is our foil common card. We didn't count, so we didn't realize this was coming. A Goblin Barbarian. Or a Hobgoblin Captain, excuse me. It says Goblin Barbarian down here, but he is a Hobgoblin.
Their hobgoblins are goblinoids.
They are goblinoids. Although
Along
it should say
with
goblin, it
bugbears.
should say goblinoid.
Well, no, because their goblins are a thing in Magic. Goblinoids are not. So, because of the type of creature they are, matters. Because you can have cards that affect all goblins or all.
Oh, so the Astropole on the back of Demonation again. No, I didn't know that the goblins were something that were just in regular Magic, though I probably should have known that.
Yeah, when we got minis for them in some of the WizKids Unpainted sets.
This is true. All right.
They're very similar lore-wise in Magic and D&D.
Okay, moving on. Earth Cult Elemental. Let's see, Spike Pit Trap. Oh, Mordenkainen's Polymorph. Your purpose may change along with your shape, but you will serve regardless. Hobgoblin Captain. Sepulchral Ghoul. We're getting a theme here. So some of these are based on elemental evil. And there we go. There's a nice...
Okay, so we can maybe do a comparison here. Because we got a Celestial Unicorn early on.
Oh, we did. Oh, very nice.
So you can see right there what the alt art versus the original.
Good memory.
Oh, well, now it's out of place.
Hey, we haven't gotten any module art cards yet, so we'll come to that soon.
Module.
I will show you when it comes up.
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about.
All right. And Raven Feeblement. We'll put these over here in this deck. And Prosperous Innkeeper. Very nice. Ray of Frost, another popular one.
Very good spell.
Froghemoth. There you go. That's a nice rare. I love the Froghemoth. There's some pretty good minis for the Froghemoth you can look at on our channel.
That's a fun one. It's the final boss in one of the adventures in an anthology that I was in, too.
I was going to put this one out separate. There we go. Kind of keeping these separate for us so we can check out what we got in the end. Lost Mine of Fendelver is our third and final dungeon. It's from the D&D starter set. On the back, we got a skeleton. So, Grady, how many more mythics can we expect?
I think we can be guaranteed, one more from this set for 3, but we may be able to get 4, depending on how the distribution was made when it was produced.
As far as my eyes, some of these look like they're foil when they're really not. I think it's just my eyes deceiving me. Steadfast Paladin, I like that. So, there you go. Hill Giant, Herd Gorger. I like that. I like the sound of that one. Devoted Paladin. You find the villain's lair. I like that these have choices on them, just like in a D&D campaign. Charmed Sleep. I thought they said Charmed Sheep at first, and I was like, that's not a sheep.
That would be a lot better.
I can't read. There we go. Another alternate art card, Manticore. Very popular. It's very cool. I like the way that the style they're doing these in.
That was a paint night kit too, right?
Oh, yeah, it was. Interesting.
The very first.
Intrepid Outlander. Ooh, here we go. Targnar, Demon Fang Knoll. I think we might have gotten one of these in our pre-release boxes as well.
Oh, I don't recognize it, so maybe it was in your set.
I got it. Yeah, legendary creature, a Knoll. Obviously, I decided not to play him because nobody in the right mind would want to play a Knoll. But yeah, very cool. Split the Party, always a popular target. You can see the text there. Don't
Yeah, I feel like that should be a black card.
Return
'cause
half the
everyone
creatures
just
they
dies.
control to their owner. That's a cool idea. I like this card. That's really cool. Wish is another popular one.
I think that's a very sought out. Yeah.
That's another sought out one. It's just a
It's
rare,
just a rare,
I
but
believe.
it's a very powerful spell in D&D. So
You may play a card you own from outside the game this turn. So can you just play one from like the Lord of the Rings game?
I think
It implies it's a magic card.
I'm surprised that's legal. There's.
I mean, Wish is a very powerful spell. Like maybe you could play Cersei Lannister from the Game of Thrones living card game, which would be kind of an epic thing. If you had just one wish, what would it be? Gold or angel song, finding a lost love, or finding your way back home? Let me sing a song about one wish that came true.
Oh, Eliwick. So
Vic Tumblestrom.
Eliwick is part of Drist's party, and I believe she is one of the planeswalkers in this set.
What's an island? Is that just?
So it's the water.
That's
it's
the water
blue
one.
mana.
Oh, the water one. Gotcha.
Yeah, I really like the land cards though, because they get art and oh.
Boo.
So Boo is a hamster, a miniature giant space hamster.
Yeah, giant miniature space
So
hamster.
he's a companion of Minsk. Who's a
there.
He's a ranger, right?
Trample, haste. yeah, Minsk is a ranger.
So they originated in the Baldur's Gate video game series, but they've been brought back in a popular comic series by Jim Zub. And yeah, you can check those out. There are a lot of Baldur's Gate stories, and yeah, there's several other characters from Minsk and Boo's party that are also in this set.
I decided one of my new goals is to try to get Jim Zub on the channel here for an interview. So we're going to precipitous drop. So we're going to work on maybe make a video about some of his comics and see if he'll come on and chat with us.
Also, Matt Mercer famously played Boo in a live game.
I don't know if that was famous, but we were just there.
No,
So that's why it was famous.
It's famous.
Is it? Okay.
It's famous.
Rangers Hawk. That was at D&D Live back in 2019?
Yeah, for the Descent into Avernus announcement.
Brazen Dwarf, I like that too. Shambling Ghast. I feel like we are getting still some new ones.
Yeah, I mean,
Like I said, there's 281 of these. Valor Singer. I'm gonna hold these up a little higher. There's a bullet, big old creature. What was the 3/3 in this game?
3/3 is pretty big in this game, especially if it's a green, because green decks are about putting counters on. Yeah, gain +1/+1. So you can grow it.
Gotcha. Sorry, in my Humblewood game the other day, there was an underground creature that was rumbling up beneath the players, and they're assuming it's a bullet. It's not. Don't tell them. We saw this one before. All right, so you meet in a tavern. Here's our uncommon. Here we go. And Guild Thief. Pretty cool. Dragon's Disciple. I think you had this card.
I had the card.
I think you had it in your pre-release deck. I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
That's a really cool art. I like that one.
That's the one I played when you murdered me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
He won we played 2 games. He beat me in the first one, like by a long shot.
I think I didn't have a good curve.
I think I had 2 lands out, and that's all I was ever to play the whole game. Oswald Fiddlebender. No, don't bend Fiddle. Fiddle's our cat. Fiddle. I think I saw this card existed. Legendary creature. Gnome Artificers. I was wondering if they had artificers in this game. I wonder if they have an artificer class card. Is my question.
They might.
We'll maybe find out. In a forest. Why do they put the land like toward the end? This seems anticlimactic.
Well, because
And then treasure. I guess both of these cards are supposed to be not necessarily like special. The last 2.
yeah.
All right. I was so confused when I saw the island a minute ago. I was like, wait, that's not a mana type. I don't know what I was expecting. All right. I was like, is that a special one? All right. Spare Dagger. Unexpected Windfall. Always popular.
Treasure tokens.
Oh, yeah, so those are some of the treasure tokens that you can spawn. There you go. Spoils of the Hunt. Delver's Torch. I think I had 1 or 2 of these that I used during our game, too. Arcane Investigator. We saw that one already. Come to the Knoll Camp. Herald of Hadar. There's a bullet again. Oh, here we go. Genie Wanderer. Or, no, Windseer, sorry. That's a cool alternate art card. We should probably separate these out, too, so if we come across them, we can look them up later. So I'll put that aside. Let me know if you see that somewhere.
Sure.
I see Paired Goblins. We had this one before. Fly. Raven Feeblement. And Grazilax, Illithid Scholar. That's interesting. Another legendary creature.
And Grazilax is a lore creature. He's not a made-up creature for the set.
Do you know where he comes from? I'm not familiar with Grazilax.
I'm not entirely sure, but he's been around for a while.
Yeah, okay. I haven't read the books as much as I should have. I should have done that. And Dungeon of the Mad Mage and the Goblin. The books in Drizzt are making a comeback. It's the Summer of Drizzt, in case you haven't heard. We'll be doing a review of a Drizzt product or two coming up here on the channel if you are a fan of Drizzt. Kick in the door. Horror. Compelled duel. So yeah, some of these are new again that we haven't seen yet. Contact Other Plane. That's a creepy bit of art there. I like that. Another roll 20, not roll 20, but roll a d20 card.
Oh, Fireball. Oh, Farida.
There you go.
She's another character from the lore and a character in the Warriors of Waterdeep mobile game that I play periodically.
Vampire Spawn. Excuse me. And whoops, skipping ahead. There we go.
Arborea.
Was the other one on Pegasus? What was the other one that we got? That was an
That was
alternate.
a unicorn.
Unicorn. Slightly different. Barbarian class, which I think we may have seen before. Portable hole. Oops. Oh, another. I keep spoiling the things. Druid class. Okay, here's our module cards. So some of the alternate art cards, this is later up the Hydra, are made to look like some of the original D&D modules that they had way back in the day. So this is an alternate art version of a rare card. Land. I think they're all lands,
That makes sense.
actually, if I'm not
But
mistaken.
special lands.
Yeah, there are special lands, and they're rares. Or I don't know if these are all rares, but yeah, that's really cool. I like that. I think I have that right. These are also complicated, all the different varieties and things, so I could very well be wrong about some things. Herald of Adar. Did we have this? Was this a full card we had earlier?
No, it's not a full
was a
card.
full
we've had. We've seen the regular card
Yeah,
quite
we
a
have.
few times.
That's it. So it's very cool. I like me foil cards. It makes me happy. That's a pretty land. I like that. And treasure. And a homunculus. Okay.
I was just surprised there aren't more Magic Arena ads so far. But Magic Arena is obviously the online version of Magic. So if you want to play Magic without having to memorize all the rules, that's a bit of an option.
Yeah, I was toiling with it the other day.
And there is a code to get 3 packs for free in Magic Arena. It's PlayDND, N, not ampersand, but N. So go do that if you have an account or want to start one.
There you go. And that's not an affiliate link. Owlbear, there you go. That's pretty cool.
No, you just enter the code in the shop. It's
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. They have that for almost every set. I think you can go back even and get free sets for free packs for like every set, all the way back to when it launched.
There's another dragon, Grady.
Oh, nice. Wait, it's only a rare,
It's
huh?
a black dragon. It's an uncommon.
Yeah, I mean uncommon. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's an unnamed black dragon.
Black dragons are
And
fun
there's an alternate art, hulking bugbear. I love that.
with haste, so that's
Haste,
a
3
good
haste.
red card.
We'll put that over here.
You can attack as soon as you play it.
Shesra, Death's Whisper, a legendary creature, a human elf warlock. Very cool. Uncommon. Minsk. So we got Minsk
There we go.
and Boo. Happy day, beloved ranger.
So he can
Legendary.
summon. Yeah. When Minsk enters the battlefield, you create Boo.
Boom. A legendary 1/1 red hamster creature token with trample and haste. So very cool.
How do you?
That's a mythic too then. So maybe that's our next mythic.
Oh yeah.
Almost missed that. And swamp. And a zombie token with whatever that is. Download Magic. I don't know what that is. Magic the Gathering Online. Is that, they have an online thing? MTGO?
I'm not familiar with that.
So much Magic the Gathering stuff. Did they make an MMO at one point?
They've made everything.
I wonder if that's what that is. I don't really know.
I don't know. I don't think an MMO.
I have no idea. Maybe it's just another way to play Magic Online.
Well, there are multiple. Like Arena's only the latest one. There's been online versions before that,
Oh yeah, I have the folder. Look at that.
but that's not MTGO. But anyway,
Yeah, no idea.
Dragon's Way.
Fire, Feign Death, Sparring Bird, ooh, Dwarfhold Champion, I like that. And Arc Investigator, come to the old camp. There we go. It's into the module.
That's a land.
Yeah, I think they're all lands, but they're not all rares because this is a common.
Cool.
Yeah, Evolving Winds, very cool. I like it. Priest of Ancient Lore. All right. You can help me, I guess, Grady, when I put down these commons. If you put them on the stack for me, that'll help. All right, so Death Priest of Miracul. Miracul.
Oh. It's
Yeah,
a god.
That's right again. There's a
We should know
green dragon uncommon. Hall of the Storm Giants. Ooh, a land.
It's a water one, right?
So,
Yeah, because the storm giants actually live underwater.
Tap it and add water, or 5 and until the end of turn, Hall of the Storm Giants becomes a 7/7 blue giant creature with Ward 3. It's still a land.
I don't know if can it do that in the game.
They're playing Storm King's Thunder, so I'll leave that
No, we're not.
mysterious right now.
We're playing Curse of Straw now.
It's a long story. Lost Mind of Fedora and Skeleton. All right. We're working our way through this deck, or this box. I think we've done pretty well so far. I'm curious if there's any more Mythics in here. Grady said that there might be just be 3. So we may have reached, there's a, I don't know if I've seen this one before. Skilled Herbalist, a Lizard Druid. I like how they tell us what the race and the Dwarf Ranger. These all have race and class. Hoarding, that's cool too. Faint Death, Inspiring Bird. Very cool. Oh, a little camera snafu there, so we'll pick back up here with the uncommons. Here we go, Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, Skullport Merchant, and there's our rare for this set, the Circle of Dreams Druid, which I think is another popular one that's been sought after. You can tap it to add a green for each creature you control.
Yeah, that's good for green decks.
We'll try to pick up the pace here a little bit. Oh, and we got another foil, a common Dawnbringer Cleric. Like me, my foils, and a treasure card. All right, moving on ahead. All right. Okay, here we go. Now we're gonna start trucking through these. Hopefully you can just pause these if you want to look at them any closer. I know some folks decide they don't want to spoil themselves in the cards until they watch unboxing videos. So if that is you, maybe this is a video you can enjoy and learn the cards in it. All right, here we go. Our uncommons: Prosperous Innkeeper, Ray of Frost.
Be careful about putting your finger over the card then.
There you go, yeah. Keen Eye Sentry. All right, Hand of Vecna.
That was your pre-release foil.
Yeah, I got a foil version of this in the pre-release deck. My buddy Abner, who plays Magic, said that he really wanted the Eye of Vecna, but the Hand of Vecna he thought was not very good. So, I don't know.
Did he get the eye, or he got the
He
hand?
bought the Eye. He just bought it.
Oh, but he didn't bother getting the hand.
No, he said he didn't bother with that one. Lost Mind of Fedora.
It completes a set.
I know, right? You feel like you need them both. Like, but, you know.
Well, I mean...
He doesn't care so much about the thematics of it. He just wants the certain cards.
Archon only got the hand, right?
That's right. All right. Conjuring Barbarian. Yonti Fangblade. It's called a Snake Rogue. Like that.
Well, again,
I guess.
the keywords matter, so...
There's a
the Barbarian Pegasus. So,
we can compare these.
compare to the other art.
There we go, if you want to see those next to each other. Cool beans. Thank you, Grady. Knew that sounded familiar. And Zombie Ogre. Here we go, if you want to put this for me. And there is our Druid class, which we've got one of these previously. Ooh, there we go. Some Barbarians. Divine Smite, very popular spell ability. And here we go, a Triumphant Adventurer. He's just unnamed, loaded down with treasure. Death Touch. So there you go.
1-1, though. I mean, like, how did he make it?
Venture into the dungeon. I guess he just had good luck. And a little wolf. All right. Trying to keep these organized as best I can here. All right, we got a few packs left here.
We got more than a few.
Oh, not done with the bucks. Okay, here we go. We're gonna truck. Paladin themed. Precipitous drop. There we go, into the module. Trample. Temple of the Dragon Queen. Whoops. Uncommon land, so you can take a look at that. That's pretty cool. A Red Dragon. I'm not sure we got one of these yet. Gretchen Titchwillow. Legendary creature. That's kind of neat. She's a 0/4, so she's not going to be hurting anybody, I guess. Unless she had an ability I didn't read.
Well, again, greens... Anyway.
There you go. Tasha's Hideous Laughter is another one that's pretty popular. This is, again, not any kind of special card, but nice rare that people seem to be looking for. Ooh, Drider is kind of a cool one to get as a foil card. I like that.
So Driders are drow who have been turned into half spiders.
Cool. Beans. Oh, thank you.
All
right. All right. Okay. Mimic. There's a cool alternate art card. I don't know if we got one of these already.
We have a Mimic, but not an alternate
Alternate art version. There's the Owlbear.
I think we already compared the Owlbear, didn't we?
Oh, I think we did. Yeah. So there you go. Once more. If you skipped ahead and didn't see that, there you go. And
Oh, that one is another one.
oh yeah, the hulking bugbear. We got one too.
If I can pick it up.
There we go. There we go. Our hulking bugbear. Cool beans. And
Oh! So again, Farida is...
Devil's Chosen. Legendary creature, Tiefling Warlock. A pact is a tool, not a damnation. Cool. Oh, Loathsome Troll. I like these alternate art cards. They look cool. And there's another Mythic. Ooh, there we go. A little trouble there with the camera.
Huh?
Another Epic. Eliwick.
That's our Planeswalker.
Tumblestrom. There you go. You wanted the Planeswalker. You got one.
So again, she's the one who's part of Drist's group, I believe.
I need to read the Drizzt books. So yeah, do you want to tell us what Planeswalkers are real quick?
No, let's look at this Kobold first.
Oh, that is a rare
Foil.
red for us. So
Kobold.
that's super cool. This is a
So-
good deck.
Yeah, we love Kobolds
good
here.
pack.
So.
Yeah, we do. Very cool.
Yeah, no, so Planeswalkers for our D&D watchers are,
There's Arena.
yeah, there's, I think, does it have a code or anything? No. All right. Yeah, they're kind of, they're powerful cards that, keep opening these. So they're kind of another creature, but they're not on your table. So like, you can't attack or defend with them, but they have loyalty abilities. And so their health, instead of health, is loyalty counters. And so they can be attacked, so your opponent can attack you or the Planeswalker. And then, yeah, so the Planeswalkers typically, they have an ability that increases their loyalty, and then abilities that you can spend loyalty for more powerful effects. And yeah, they're game changers. So
Reaper's Talisman. Might be a new one. Eccentric Apprentice. Plate Armor. There's a Ranger class. It was a rare, which I don't think we had that yet. And Forest and Tomb of Annihilation. Okay. Remember what stacks go where? All right, all these go here. Our stacks. Great, you can help me tidy up our stacks a little bit if you have a second there. All right, moving right along. Let's see. Ultra Guard. Planar Ally. I don't remember if we've seen this one yet. That's a pretty cool bit of art as well. Okay. When did you first start playing Magic the Gathering, Grady?
yeah, after Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica came out. So downloaded Arena first, and then I went to the War of the Spark pre-release. So that was the first one playing with cards in person.
There's your Eye of Vecna, by the way.
Oh.
Not to interrupt you, but see, there we go. We got the set. That's creepy. Look at that art. It's so creepy.
But yeah, if you're playing in person, it's very important to get sleeves for your cards. So just plastic coverings you can put them in. Keeps them from getting damaged. Keeps you from getting food crumbs on them.
Thought you said it's important to wear sleeves. I was like, don't tell Marisha Ray.
No, sleeve your cards.
Don't sleeve your players.
And then yeah, have something that you can use as tokens and counters, because otherwise it's very hard to play certain types of decks.
Rust Monster. That's cool too. Ugh, Ropers. Everybody's favorite. I love the art there. They make them look so creepy.
Yeah, they disguise themselves as stalactites or stalagmites, and then they attack creatures as they wander by.
Okay, there is. That was the one that we got a foil version of, is it?
Yep.
Yeah. Grab it. We can compare. Not that it's super different, but there we go. The foil version.
No,
Oh no,
that's
those
not
are the same one. I grabbed the wrong one. Thank you. There we go. So, just in case you're curious, everything is the same except for that. And so that was a rare. And Island and Dungeon of the Mad Mage. All right. I'm going to tidy these up again in a second. All right. Let's see if we can get through this one real fast. Bloop, bloop. Okay, here we go. You see a guard approaching.
Careful finger.
Nope, yeah, thank you. So tell us about Cassie. Does Cassie kind of bring you into the realm of Magic the Gathering?
Oh, so yeah, shout out to our friend Cassie Rose. You may have seen her name in some of the credits of our early Ravnica videos and things. And so she's a pretty good Magic player. She makes it out. She's made it into tournaments. Goes to the name is slipping me, but the big tournament and convention out in Pittsburgh.
There's a cool rare, by the way. One of the module cards, Dungeon Descent. Interspecial tap and add what's it, uncolored magic is what that is, I believe. And then you can pay 4 and tap it, and tap an untapped legendary creature you control. Venture into the dungeon, activate only as a sorcery. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, so just a lot of what we know about Magic. We got a crash course from Cassidy. Any mistakes are totally ours, though. And yeah.
Start ripping them open. Okay. At least it's less wasted when we're opening up booster boxes of minis.
Potion of healing.
Yeah, we're still seeing new cards, I believe. Like quite a few, actually. No Hunter. There's our regular Manticore. Yeah. We'll show this a few of these. We're not going to do all of it. Let's see. Is it that?
You might have to keep. You can keep
Okay, I'll put it off to the side. And a little cleric. Wandering Troubadour would be pretty good for a Gilmore Girls themed Magic set, which I've been advocating for a long time. Adult Gold Dragon, a legendary creature. That's cool. Look at that. Flying, life, link, and haste. And that's our rare for this set. And nope, we got another foil. You find the villain's lair. That's a cool one to get as a foil. And the forest and Dungeon and the Mad Mage.
So yeah, there are, in case Magic players are wondering, there's currently 10 dragon types in D&D. There will be more coming soon. And you got 5 metallic themed ones. So you got gold, silver, copper, brass, and I'm forgetting.
Bronze?
And then you've got your 5 chromatics: red, black, green, blue, and white.
And they've also introduced the Emerald Dragon.
Sapphire,
sorry.
Yeah, but they'll be adding gem dragons. And I don't remember what all the gems are.
Oh, yeah, I don't either.
But yeah, I assume they have all 10 dragon types in the set, but I don't know.
And not to mention you got Dracolichus, which we already saw one of those cards in here.
So those are dragons who turn undead, turn into liches.
And there's Shadow Dragons. So there's a few other kind of varieties of dragons that maybe let's see if we see any Shadow Dragons here. Here's Nadar, Selfless Paladin. Nice, cool, legendary Dragonborn Knight. It's cool. And Island Tomb of Annihilation. Thank you. So let's see what else we got here. We're starting off with a nice alternate art card here. I like that little goblin. I love all these art cards. We haven't seen too many like extended art ones that I've noticed.
They may not be in these traditional booster packs.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, there's a bullet again. We saw that earlier.
A critical hit. Oh.
Yep, sorry, I'm just trying to keep these organized a little bit. And yeah, there's a critical hit. Instant. Target creature gains double strike until the end of the turn. So, when you roll a natural 20, return critical hit from your graveyard to your hand, so you can get it back with a nat 20.
Well.
And I like how it explains what a nat 20 is. If you roll a dirty 20, you're out of luck.
I don't think there's modifiers to your dice rolls in this, though.
That's the point, yeah. There's your fighter class.
Oh.
We have to see if we're missing any classes when we finish this. I wouldn't be surprised if we are missing some classes. I don't know. Because that seems like some of the classes are rares. Well, I can see how they rank the classes, I guess, here. Eye of the Beholder. Eyes of the Beholder. I'm just now realizing the joke there. Potion of Healing again. Oh. There you go. That's kind of cool. Put that off to the side. And there we go. Rust Monster again. And yeah, we did see
we
this
got
one.
her.
Yeah.
Oh!
Purple Worm, alternate art card.
That's one of the more dangerous creatures, I think, in the basic rules, the core set.
Yeah. And we've got the mini of it upstairs.
And it will each... Oh, there's
Drizzt Do'Urden. That's interesting art for Drizzt. And he is our Legendary Elf Ranger. This is Summer Adrift. You can go check out some of the new books.
One new book.
One new book. Well, they're all new to me because I haven't read any of them yet.
Well, there's a new one coming out. There's the video game.
Dog Illusion. Why have I seen... I think this is actually popular too.
I think there's a Mordenkainen card that I assume Mordenkainen can summon that, because Mordenkainen's another planeswalker in this game. He's also a famous wizard in the set. Here, you can keep opening. Yeah, he has a number of spells named after him, so if you see things like Mordenkainen's whatever, it's kind of a reference to that. And one of his famous spells is like a sentry, so he can create a ghostly dog to keep watch for you.
But for some reason, I think I saw that card was on some of the higher price lists. And so I could be wrong. It might be a different version of that particular card, but that's another sought-after one. Oh, that's the first one. It's the first one we got of that particular one. Cleric and Wizard. Blackstaff. You might have gotten this one in your pre-release deck too, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. And Mountain and...
So the Blackstaff is a magical artifact, but it's also the title for the lead wizard in Waterdeep, who's responsible for their security. And Waterdeep has a number of giant statues that can be animated to walk, and the Blackstaff has the power to control them. And so I think that's actually played out in the card.
No Hunter. And keep these correct. There's a Battlecry Goblin. Power of Persuasion. Den of the Bugbear, a land. So there you go. That's kind of neat. Looks like it can become a couple of goblin creatures. And we got a nice foil. I don't know. I really like the foil lands. I've been talking to Grady. You can get the starter set, or there's some set that comes with 20 of the foil lands, and I'm kind of wanting to get, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, the starter sets are good because they come with a D20 so that you can roll or use it as a spin down counter for tracking life. And yeah, there's a lot of little packs out there now. But yeah, if you're completely new and you want like a little box to store things in as well, yeah, like that's available at game stores and Amazon and so forth. So that's another option.
All right. Oops. You've seen these. Hold these properly. Keen-eyed Sentry. Bag of Holding.
Oh.
That's a classic one. Draw a card and discard a card. Sacrifice it to return all the cards exiled to the other's hand. That's cool. Oh, that's cool too. Demi-Lich is another popular one. This is another Mythic. So this is 5.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
This is another very popular one. I think one of us got this in our pre-release deck as well, just randomly. Yeah, this is again not the extended art one, so it's not worth as much money. But yeah, this is a very popular one. It's a skeleton wizard. If you're familiar with Demi-Liches, they're just floating skulls.
So basically, like if a lich doesn't maintain its form, it kind of turns into just a skull. But it's actually more powerful that way. So I don't know.
Yeah, they do kind of become a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, they have like a scream that can knock people out, I think, right?
I don't recall entirely, but that sounds about right. Bull Strength. There we go. Ooh, I don't remember if we had that one already or not.
We've gotten the regular version of the card, and I got both in the pre-release, actually. So,
yeah, we'll talk about the pre-releases in our next video. This is our unboxing of randomized cards. And so we're going to do our unboxing of the sets coming up soon.
And we'll probably also talk about maybe like...
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sphere of Annihilation. X Void counters on it, so I'll let you read that if you want to. That's a cool card. Ooh, Dragon Turtle. Another rare foil card. So we're getting pretty lucky here. So yeah, I guess the rares can be of any rarity. That's what I was thinking.
The foils?
Yeah, the foils.
Yeah.
Like it replaces a common, but it can be a rare. Or it can be a mythic, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying that they replace a common.
Oh yeah, they do replace a common, yeah. Sorry, you were saying something else.
No, just that something else I think a lot of D&D folks who haven't played Magic are wondering is, what, if they want to get cards, like what types of boosters to get, what format to play, like whether to get all of these cards and have to wonder what to do with them, or whether to, get the cards in Arena and so forth. I think personally, I don't know. What, you've tried both recently. Do you have any thoughts on which might be a better experience?
As far as which kind of cards to get?
Yeah, or like whether you like
Dragon.
having these physical cards or you prefer the digital.
Oh, I mean, that's just entirely up to each individual. I don't know if... Oh, there's Bruner Battlehammer, another famous character from D&D lore.
Also tied to Drist, right?
Yeah, he was one of his battle companions. He still exists in the lore of the current D&D campaigns. You'll find him like Storm King's Thunder and places like that. Gelatinous Cube is a
Classic
rare
monster.
Yep. There was somebody asked on Twitter the other day, what flavor Jello is it? And clearly, it's lime.
Or apple.
Apple flavored Jello. Arena. But no, I think that's entirely up to what people want to do as far as if you want it digital or not.
One thing to be aware of, though, is that if you play Magic Arena, you can't trade the cards or sell them. So if you are going into this kind of with the idea of maybe playing and being able to trade and sell things, then your physical cards or one of the older versions of Magic are of the digital Magic games are more what you would want. Oh, that's so that's one of the characters I believe from the Minsk and Boo series.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Can you dust the cards in Arena and then build other cards out of them? Orcus.
I think you just get. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, anyway, I was just going to show Orcus.
One of the
is
Demon
rare.
Lords.
Yeah, this is one that we also have a mini of. Prince of Undeath, Flying Trample, and he's got quite a few other abilities on him as well. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, I don't remember anymore. I know there are wild cards in Arena for sure where you can trade them for, and you get those from opening packs. I think if you get too many duplicates, because again you can only put so many copies of a card into a deck. I believe it's 4 is the limit on a 60 card deck. So yeah, I mean there's situations where you can certainly go out and build the deck that you want, but just it's not as much the traditional experience. I think there's also fewer cards per pack in Magic Arena. I think you only get like 8 or something instead of the 16. Obviously, you
50-50 rope. That's a good one.
Oh yeah. You're not limited on lands though, so in other things, so it's pretty fair. But, Delina's another Minsk and Boo character.
Wild Mage, rare
Wild
alternate
Magic
art.
Mage. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's fun in the comics because there's your extended art.
Yeah, extended art. Foil Icing Death Mythic. So this might be
Holy
the most
crap.
expensive card that we've picked up in this set. It's gorgeous. I thought I saw a peek of this extended art when I was going through this. So yeah, we're going to try to throw some prices up here when we can. But this is probably, a expensive one because I think just this card in particular is one of the more popular ones.
And we're opening these on release day, so the prices are probably going to change from what we see now.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, prices may go down. Like I know Tiamat was like the most expensive
Tiamat
card
went
in
down.
pre-order, but it went down a lot because it's just not that useful.
I think
of a
it
card.
is still the most expensive
It is
one.
probably still, but like
When
it's
I
just
checked
not
it this
a-
morning.
But obviously as the meta changes, as time goes on, prices will change quite significantly, and prices may just be inflated right now because everything's new.
Daxie's in the mood over there. Our house is full of cats.
4 cats.
It's more than it's more than a reasonable number of cats, but we like to say that Grady has 2 and I have 2, so 2 is an acceptable number of cats per person, in my opinion. All right, Charms, and then a bag of holding again, and Trickster. Here we go, Dancing Sword. That's a cool one. It looks like this would be a cool foil. This is not, but it would be a cool foil. And yeah, so when your creature dies, you still get to keep the sword, so that's pretty cool. And lost mine and fend over. All right. And
that's it
oh, that
for
was
our
it for those
draft
cards.
boosters.
So yeah, we're gonna then go on to our set boosters.
All right. So set boosters, as you can see from these here. Oh, and also they have different covers on them on these. So,
I'll show them up here.
but there's your Mind Flare and another Mind Flare, Blue Dragon, and apparently the human form of Bahamut, the metallic dragon god. So, but yeah, so set boosters are a little different. They are.
We'll put it up on the screen here, what's inside, but you get 1 to 4 rare or mythic rare. So this is the one where you really can get more rares and mythic rares and these. Like this one, you're really just going to get one for the most part. But
This is like kind of bread and butter.
Yeah.
And then this is more special things.
yeah, so mostly I think you'll get one, but there's a pretty good chance you'll get two, and then less for three, and very rarely you'll get four. And there's a traditional foil card. There's a rulebook module or borderless card. There's an art card or a foil stamped art card. There are 7 to 10 commons or uncommons. There's a basic land or foil, I guess land foil, or there's one add token dungeon or one from list.
And so list is kind of a bunch of kind of reprints from older sets. And so, yeah, if you get a set booster, you do run the risk of potentially getting cards that are not from adventures from in the Forgotten Realms. But they're useful in terms of the general meta and you know how games work in the different formats. But so yeah, let's see what this comes with. Oh,
So starting off here, then this is I'm not sure what the kind of card this qualifies as.
I don't know if
Tarrasque.
that's a play. I don't think that's a playable card. I just think it's just.
Oh, this is the stat block for a Tarrasque in D&D.
Yeah.
is
So I
what
think
it
that's
is.
just like an art card, basically.
Yeah.
It's not playable.
Oh,
But it's very cool. Oh, wow.
yeah. And it's kind of a different texture on the back as well. It's kind of a glossy kind of card. So
that's super
cool.
cool.
I guess it's an art card. Is that what they call an art card?
I don't know, but I mean, yeah. It's
There's
not
a
playable,
basic
basically.
land. And I guess we'll keep these separated out here. Let's put all these together. Iron Golem is we've seen that before. And then we got just our regular commons and uncommons. And we've seen before. Check for traps. Eyes of the Beholder. Displacer Beast. And then here we have Dungeon Set. We had this already too. A little rare. And here is our traditional foil, I think they call them. So Direwolf Prowler. And then our token card. Atropol and Tomb of Annihilation. So only one rare was that one and that one, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't double up on it. Let's see if we do with this one.
I was gonna say the worst thing at the game stores is when they let you pick which packs you want to buy out of an open box, and you're just like, I don't like. Do I trust my own luck that much?
Lair of the Hydra, Wayne Reynolds.
Other side is.
Yep, so I was just going to show that. And there you go, a little Hydra.
And Wayne Reynolds, very distinctive art, of course.
Mostly known for Pathfinder.
These days, because he kind of defined the Pathfinder art style now. But he's done magic art for ages and ages, and D&D art as well.
That looks like a Pathfinder dwarf to me. So,
There's your Baleful Beholder again.
yeah. And so we've seen these before. Cloister Golem, Fly. Did we get two flies? Yeah, we got two flies in that one. Ranger class, which I think we had before.
Yeah.
Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So this is another, I mean, it's a regular rare, but it's a popular one. And then our traditional foil.
That's a cool one.
Thieves' Tools. Yeah, that's a cool one. And then get to know your boosters.
Oh, well, what was the token?
Oh, the token is a devil, which I'm not sure if we had a
That's
devil
different.
yet.
Yeah, no, we haven't got one. That's a bearded devil for D&D. But, yeah.
Okay, so we got two more of these. So what's the price difference on these? Do you remember?
These were $4.99.
What does a traditional booster cost?
I'm not sure, but we got our box of 36 for $120, so you can do the math.
There's your Roper. So you can use these as reference cards for your D&D games, really. I'm not sure if it has everything you need on there. It doesn't have their actions or anything.
Yeah, it doesn't have-
It's just their stats. But you get their cool Roper art, which is really awesome.
Doesn't have traits either, so it's
Yeah,
not
so
really
it's just,
relevant.
it's not really useful. But it's just kind of cool. I mean, rather than having a blank back, it's, might as well have something. Druid class. Wild Shape. Seems appropriate. Blink Dog. Fate's Reversal. Barbarian class. And here we go. Asmodeus the Archfiend. Or Archfiend, depending on how you say it.
Rare.
That's a rare.
I got the foil for that in my pre-release.
Did you?
But it was the promo, not a real foil.
How Goblin Captain. Oh, I forgot. This is a foil already, maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, this is interesting. What is that? Oh, that's maybe from a
Oh,
different...
okay. So I think that's modern. Yeah. So I think that's a Modern Horizons card. So apparently there was a mistake. I mean, so there are cards that are list cards, but I think they still show up as the with the icons for Forgotten Realms. But what I've heard from Cassie is that Modern Horizons 2, some of the uncommons got accidentally mixed into their set booster releases, and so you may end up with some of those in there. And
It took the place of the token, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So
but
at least you get a useful card rather than the token, which may or may not be anything that you need.
Weirdly enough, Invisible Stalker is actually a D&D creature, but I don't think that's the approximation. Yeah, it's a human rogue, so it's not an elemental. But anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, still.
That's cool. But yeah, just be aware of that as well.
Are we sure it was unintentional?
I believe so.
Okay. I don't know. You never can read into the minds of madness of Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, well.
Maybe they're doing something. They're just playing 3D chess, and we're here playing Magic the Gathering.
I think their main thing is just not sending any of the game stores everything they ordered. But
no. Yeah, apparently this was a hard to get set. I was talking to one game store here in town who said they ordered like 90 cases or something of these things, and then we got 4. So there's our Knoll.
Yeah, and then
of course we get art for the Knoll.
But yeah, our game store didn't have our order in.
Ooh, Bruno Battlehammer as our art card there.
So yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying?
No, it's just, yeah. So this is, I don't know if that happens with every set, but yeah, this set was apparently very difficult to get your hands on. Oh!
Volo, and he's got a head. Volo Guide to Monsters and Legendary Rare.
So Volo has a book named after him in the current edition, and he's just a famous character, very well known for telling stories.
What is this from? Looks like an old card.
Okay, I don't know. Or maybe this is the Modern Horizons one, and the other one was a list card. I don't know.
And it says 2001, maybe? 1993 to 2001?
Who knows? But yeah, Phyrexians are a whole other thing.
I mean, that looks like a really old card to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's the reprint.
That was shortly after I stopped playing the game. So, yeah. I mean, it looks fancy. It looks like it was a fancy card back in the day.
I really kind of want Phyrexians to be added into D&D soon, but we'll see.
All right, so now we're going to move on to our expensive fancy packs here. So these are the 15-card collector boosters. So a collector booster, okay, get ready for this. There's one foil extended card, showcase or borderless card, rare or mythic. One foil showcase or borderless, common or uncommon. One showcase or borderless, rare or mythic. 2 showcase or borderless, common or uncommon. 1 extended art commander, rare or mythic. Yeah, thank you. 1 extended art, rare or mythic. Rare, or mythic rare, okay. 1 foil rare or mythic rare, 2 foil uncommons, 4 foil commons, 1 foil basic land, and 1 foil double-sided token. So when I was talking to my game store the other day, they were saying that they were pretty happy that these came along because they're $25 a piece, right?
We got ours for $21.99.
Oh, I found a deal.
Yeah.
I have to go stock up. But they were saying like this enables collectors to still get their kind of special cards, while the more accessible versions of these cards can be picked up by everybody who just wants to play the game and they don't necessarily care if your card is foil or made out of angel paper or what have you. But
so I think it maybe drove down the prices of these a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. If you can get access to the regular cards, then the collectors still have their thing to chase.
Yeah, if you like foils, this is it for you. Or if you were trying to get a higher chance at your rares or mythics, if you don't care, then yeah, don't touch these because they're really expensive.
So yeah, let's see what we get in one. So this is kind of exciting. So starting
Rare.
off, Feigned Death is our common foil, and then we got another common foil. Scion of Stygia. Ranger's Longbow. I've seen this card a couple of times. That's cool. It looks cool in foil. Plundering Barbarian. Fly. That's a cool rare. And that's an uncommon foil. Power Word Kill. It's kind of a dark card, so you can't necessarily tell the foil very much. And we got just plains. Den of the Bugbear. Well, that looks pretty good foil. And that's a rare land that I don't believe we had.
No, we did.
We did have it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we had a little technical snafu there. Let's come back to it. Our next card is Ride the Avalanche. Now, when I first look at this one, it doesn't look like one of the other. It's an extended art card, first of all, but it also doesn't look like some of our other ones. And to me, the icon looks a little bit different. Grady, what's going on here?
So yeah, if you look in the bottom left corner there, you can see the 3-letter code for the set. Of Adventures in Forgotten Realms is AFR. This one is AFC. And apparently that means it's a Commander exclusive card, so it's meant for the Commander format of play. So you're not going to find them in your draft boosters, but they are part of the set. They're just a different part of the set.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about Commander in our next video when we talk about these set decks. So let's keep on trucking. All right, we've got an extended art werewolf pack leader. I like this one. Has pack tactics. Usually wolves in D&D have pack tactics, which there's more than one attacking the same creature. They get to attack with advantage, which means they get to roll their attack basically twice and take the higher result. This one's a little bit different. If they are attacking with other powerful creatures, they get to draw a card. So that's kind of cool. And then they also have like a transform ability. They can transform into, they gain trample, and they aren't human anymore. So they become a wolf, which is kind of cool. Here we have Basilisk in D&D lore. They can turn creatures into stone. Here they have Death Touch, which seems like a fairly close approximation of that.
There's no death look, so I guess.
Evolving Wilds, one of those module cards that lets you pull in another basic land into your play area, I guess. A Mind Flayer, with the alternate art, really kind of cool, rare there. Lets you dominate other creatures. He's got the Dominate Monster spell, which is slightly different, I think, than what Mind Flayers usually do. I believe. I don't know if they don't Dominate Monster spell, do they? Well, maybe they do. I don't know. Haven't looked at a Mind Flayer stat block in a hot minute.
Ooh.
Arborea Pegasus. So I guess this is an art card with a foil background. I'm not sure what they call that. I think there was a word like foil. I don't know. There's so many different kinds of cards. Looks like this one's like a mount for other creatures, because when it enters a playing field, another creature gains flying. So I guess he's kind of a mount for somebody else.
Oh, that's cool.
Here we have Grazilax, the Illithid Scholar, legendary creature. And it's like whenever one of the creatures you control gets blocked, you can return it to your hand and draw a card, another opportunity. So that's our kind of rare foil card. Very cool. And our token here is a foil wolf, and on the back we have foil boo, which, I don't know, if I had to get a foil card, this is probably the one I'd want to get. Foil boo. Go for the eyes, boo. Awesome. All right, we got one left here.
Theo opens this one. Slight correction on things we discussed earlier. So the two cards we got from those set boosters with the different icons, those are both from the list. Yeah, the Phyrexian and the Invisible Stalker. So those are from the list. So those icons are normal. Apparently what we were told about Modern Horizons was actually applying to the draft boosters, which are supposed to entirely be AFR cards. So if you get something weird there, that's what happened. But, you know, we opened 36 packs and didn't run into that issue. So
at least how we caught.
Yeah, so it should be fine.
We were going through some of them pretty quickly. I was trying to find that other Invisible Stalker just to show it again. Oh, it's right there on top. Yeah. So there's the Invisible Stalker. So these are just from the list, which is, I guess, an old set of cards.
Reprints of old sets, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, let's get that.
Not necessarily D&D related. All right, our last one for these. I kind of want to get more of these things, but they're so expensive.
You can buy a full 36 box of them for like only like 200 and something.
Well, it's cheaper than minis.
It might be cheaper than buying them individually though. Anyway,
I hope so. All right, but yeah, I like the foil cards.
A shiny dagger.
I have to actually start playing Magic though. Spare dagger, very cool. Clattering skeletons. That's a cool effect on that one too. Oh, it's a different Arborea Pegasus. It's beautiful though. Look at the foil on that one. Anything with a kind of a lighter color palette that really gets to shine.
Yeah, I feel like the white mana cards do best because they're all so like radiance and stuff like lighting.
Bull Strength has like a little seaside sunset going on behind it, so that one works too. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains trample until the end of the turn. Untap it. Grady, do you remember what trample is?
I believe it's where if you do more damage to a creature than it has health, the remaining amount of damage continues on and hits the player or the planeswalker or the target. Rather than it just going to waste. So.
Divine Smite looks pretty amazing as a foil card. Look at that. That looks really cool. A Rust Monster is an uncommon. Another dark card, so it's not quite as impressive. Ooh, it's kind of a pretty...
And the lighting effect.
Yeah, looks like a kind of in a cavern in a kind of underground island inside another cavern, maybe. In crystal-studded waters far below the surface, you've discovered an incubating egg of mysterious origins. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. This card might be worth a little something. It's a popular card. It's just a rare foil. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until that player has exiled cards with a total mana of 20 or more. It's a very popular spell. Ooh, Cloth's Will. Oh. Cloth is an ancient red dragon who appears in Storm King's Thunder, among other adventures. Extended art card here as an instant. You can breathe flame or smash relics. We need a cloth mini. We don't officially have a cloth mini. Dancing sword. That's another one that I quite like, where the sword stays around after the player is killed. This would be cool for a foil card. I don't know if we got it as foil, did we?
No, I don't
we got the rare card, but so here you can see extended art versus regular art. In case you're curious, this one just happened to be on the top of the file over here. So in case you're curious, this is what an extended art card looks like. So it's a subtle difference, but makes it a little bit more collectible. Both cards are perfectly functional. Mimic. We may have gotten this one already, I think. Ooh. This is more than extended art. I don't know what this is called.
No, it's
It's extended across the whole entire card.
borderless, I think.
Oh, maybe that's what it's called. Yeah. So, yeah, green dragon. It's just an uncommon, but it looks amazing. Ooh.
Oh.
Zariel Archduke of Avernus.
Oh, that is wild art too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I don't even think that's the one that's on the standard card.
And this is a planeswalker.
Yep. Red Planeswalker.
Yeah, so that's a really cool one. Yeah, I don't know. We don't have another one to compare it to, but that's amazing. Awesome. Look at that. Planeswalker, legendary. Ooh.
All right, I'm satisfied.
Okay, good, yeah. Another basilisk, but this is a foil basilisk with kind of a greenish tint to the foil. So that's kind of cool. Another werewolf pack leader. I don't know if this is exactly the same as the other one.
Probably.
Borderless, maybe you'll remember. You can scroll back. I don't recall if it's exactly the same. And then a devil on one side for a token, and on the other,
Eliwick's emblem.
Emblem.
Okay. I'm not sure what emblems are.
Yeah, I think I had an emblem in my other deck that I had for the pre-release, and I was like, I don't know what this is. So that's another thing I need to look into. So that's cool. What we're going to do here is we're going to pull together just our epics real fast and show you. Okay, let's just take a look at our mythics that we got this time, our mythic rares, just to kind of see what we got. So this might be one of the coolest ones we got. And this was just in a regular draft booster, wasn't it? The Icing Death, Frost Tyrant, the borderless, I don't know, extended art foil mythic rare. I don't know how many terms apply to it, but that's one of the coolest ones we got. And then we got our Planeswalker, Eliwick Tumblestrom. And, we got Minsk. And we got a foil Boo to go with them. We got the Xanathar. And we've got Ebon Death, Dracolich. We got the Demi-Lich, another popular one. And then we finally got the Zariel, the borderless Zariel Planeswalker. So we got 2 Planeswalkers. I think we did pretty good. Yeah, I'm satisfied. We're going to put these away. And then tomorrow, or the next time we make the video, we're going to talk about what's in these other packs and our pre-release decks and kind of our pre-release experience too. So be sure you're subscribed to check that out. Now, if you like fancy and useful cards, you should definitely check out the sale going on at Hit Point Press and the Deck of Many for their new line of animated reference cards for D&D. They have tarot-sized, high-quality reference cards for spells of all levels, plus conditions, townsfolk NPCs, and even the endgame item, the Deck of Illusions, which would make an amazing gift for the GM in your life. Plus, then they're likely to drop that item into your group's lap in an upcoming game. Check out the pre-order sale going on now at animatedspells.com. Also, check out the Kickstarter for Animal Adventures The Faraway Sea, which is ending really soon. The Animal Adventures line of 5e setting and adventure books focuses on awakened animals. You can make characters that are awakened rabbits, goats, orangutans, and more, and drop those adventurers in the new mysterious island chain setting, and all 3 adventures right into your current D&D campaign. You can also pick up more than 25 amazing new minis designed by Russ Charles, who made the minis for Critical Role. Check them out today using the link in the video description down below. That's Animal Adventures The Faraway Sea. And thank you for joining us today, and thank you, Grady, for joining me too. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to see more in-depth lore-filled reviews for D&D, Pathfinder, Starfinder, and other games. Hit that bell icon down there to be notified when we drop new videos. Check out our merch store at gallantgoblin.com/shop, and you can join us on Discord, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. For now, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I'll see you next time at the Gallant Goblin. Bye-bye.